PWA fans, I've caught up here with John D. Crazy Hillbilly, Anita, obviously still suffering the effects of that heinous attack from the combined forces of the tag team champions and Outlaw Tony James. Where do you guys go from here after a situation like that?
It's really hard to say, but I will say this. It is a travesty. It is a disgrace. And what Tony James and Vicious and Delicious did to poor Johnny was absolutely unbelievable. And I don't think...
Ain't no kind of real man put his hands on a lady. I don't know when, and I don't know where, and I don't know how. But when I get my hands on Vicious and Delicious and Tony James, the angels ain't even gonna be able to look at him.
Well, I can tell by the look on that man's face, even through that mask, that Vicious and Delicious and the new champion, Tony James, better have eyes in the back of their head, because in the words of a famous man, payback is hell, Daddy. Minute time limit, and it is for the Premier Wrestling Alliance United States Championship. Introducing first the challenger, at a weight of 175 pounds, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Wild Irish Riley Rose.
PWA fans, welcome back to another episode of Premier Wrestling Alliance right here on YouTube. My name is the franchise player, Chris Pruitt, and I am back with you yet again for another great week of wrestling action here at PWA Wrestling. First up, we've got Wild Irish Riley Rose on his way to the ring. We've got a live crowd here in the PWA Arena tonight. They are ready for some action, and Wild Irish Riley Rose, he's here to prove himself. He's got a big opportunity tonight. Very athletic young man.
His opponent weighs in at 255 pounds and hails from Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Please welcome your reigning and defending Premier Wrestling Alliance United States Champion, Tommy Forte!
And about to make his way to the ring, current PWA United States Champion, Tommy Forte. And Tommy Forte is looking to end the year 2019 with a bang. Tommy's become one of the bigger fan favorites here in the Premier Wrestling Alliance. The fans really have taken a liking to him. And tonight he's got all he can handle with Riley Rose. Aaron Hurt, I am glad to be back with you again. I can't believe I've been renewed yet again.
Yeah, stranger things have happened in the PWA, but not recently. But in any case, we've got a great match to start things off. Tommy Forte putting that U.S. title on the line, a fighting champion if we've ever seen one here in the Premier Wrestling Alliance, against a young man who is definitely looking to make a point, not to just these fans, but the other members of the locker room, that he's a serious competitor. Speaking of Riley Rose, seen a bit of an attitude come out of him in recent matches as far as his aggression in the ring. He's going to have to maintain, if not increase that, in this situation.
Yeah, he's got the muscles, and those muscles look real pretty. Tommy Forte, I don't think he's too impressed. I'll tell you what impresses me tonight, our main event. you've got the PWA Tag Team Champions, Vicious and Delicious, Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, LA Cordova taking on the Bariqua Boys. What do you know about the Bariqua Boys?
I know that they're the most high-flying tandem that the PWA has seen perhaps the entirety of its existence, on fire as a duo, especially in the latter half of 2018. They could be... it could be just the night for them to capture those titles from Vicious and Delicious. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, our second of 2 title matches in the program, this one being for the United States Championship.
Oh, Tommy Forte showing some brute strength. Riley Rose comes in, gets taken down for a big clothesline.
Finding out just who he's dealing with in there, big scoop and a slam. Follows up for the cover, about to put an end to this one quickly. Only a 2 count.
Tommy Forte, he has taken this young man to school, and he's done it quickly. Irish Riley Rose, he's got the muscles. He looks really good, and he's got a lot of fire in him, but Tommy is becoming a seasoned veteran of the mat wars.
Well, something that I have seen in Tommy Forte as of late is how secure he is as a champion. He is not worried that somebody's going to sneak up behind him and knock him off for that belt. He knows that he's the man to beat whenever he's in the ring, and that could be the difference.
Well, you've always got to be on the lookout for that next guy, and Riley Rose could be the man. Big shoulder tackle. Tommy Forte doesn't go anywhere.
No, going to be hard for him to move the big 255-pounder, but he gets off his feet and connects with the flying shoulder tackle.
He took to the air on that one, and it was very effective. Tommy Forte down on the mat.
Working on the knee. This strategy could certainly pay some dividends.
Well, if you can get the wheels out from underneath the big man, you know, Tommy Forte, he's a pretty big guy. He's running about 240, 250. If you can weaken the legs, if you can take the wheels out from underneath of him, it's going to make it really difficult for him to get up, for him to carry that body weight and to become successful in the match.
Absolutely. Almost got counted down there in the spinning toe hold. Shades of the Funk family there. Now perhaps looking for a single leg crab. Great basic wrestling, but effective. But
now if he sits down, he'll get that, not only the leg, not only the knee, the joint, he'll get that lower back muscle, and it's a twofer at that point.
Yeah, and this could definitely, as you were saying, affect the ability of Tommy Forte to generate that power that he uses so effectively. A lot of it comes from his legs and his lower body and his ability to... call it effective.
This might be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still the PWA United States Champion, Tommy Forte.
There you have it. Tommy Forte, still PWA United States Champion. He ends the year 2018 with a bang.
Yeah, that Tommy knocker, very effective. Turned the lights out on Riley Rose, who was a game opponent, as you can see. Forte still favoring that leg, but he still hoists the gold high aloft.
I'm excited. We got so much more.
Cannot wait for that main event. Tag team titles on the line, plus more. Hello, PWA fans. My name is Aaron Hurt, here to tell you all about how you can keep up with PWA online. Just search PWA Ohio on Facebook or on YouTube, or check out PWAOhio.com for all of the latest information about upcoming events, the latest videos and highlights of past events, and interviews with your favorite PWA wrestlers. So make sure that you like and follow all of those pages. That's PWAOhio.com, PWA Ohio on Facebook, and PWA Ohio on YouTube. And follow along with all of us here from Premier Wrestling Alliance, and we hope to see you at the PWA Arena very soon. What a great way to start the program off, fans. Our last edition here for the year 2018. Wild Irish Riley Rose tried to take the measure of the U.S. champion Tommy Forte, but just not able to get it done on this night, and Tommy Forte proudly carries that U.S. Championship into 2019 and beyond. Want to remind all of you about our big main event, the tag team titles on the line. The Bariqua boys step up to the plate to face Vicious and Delicious, but before we get to that, we've got another big match to show you, fans. Jason Andrews steps in the ring to face former champion Gary Gandy. Going to be quite a test for Mr. Andrews. Let's see if he can put a notch in the win column for himself and wrap up 2018 on a high note. But Gary Gandy's going to do everything he can to make sure that that's not the case. So let's go down to ringside and see that match right now.
Yes, fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PWA Wrestling right here on YouTube. I am your host. Am I the host? I might be the host today. Chris Pruitt. I am here with Aaron Hurt, and we have got another tremendous matchup on the books here.
Absolutely. Jason Andrews had a bit of reevaluation of how to go about things here, at least attempting to do things the right way and go on the straight and narrow.
I don't know how well that's going to work against Gary Gandy, former PWA heavyweight champion, a man I've been in the ring with more than a few times. And Gary Gandy is looking to get back on top of the mountain. Aaron Andrews is just the next stop on the way.
Jason Andrews definitely.
Jason Andrews also.
Yes, indeed. Reverses that. Oh, looking to separate the shoulder there.
I don't know what that was, but that looked good.
Variation on a maneuver that's been called eat defeat when used on the neck or the head, but that one was designed to separate the shoulder, if not divorce it.
We divorce the shoulder. I like that. You see where Gary Gandy, where he stepped outside of the rope, a lot of people might think that he's chicken or, he's not very manly. But that's just, it's good psychology to try to throw your opponent off. But this is also some good psychology.
Had the Muda lock applied, turns it into an armbar here. Great camera shot. If he can... it looked like he might have been able to hook in a Kimura out of that, but Gandy back to his feet, goes to the cravat. Great wrestling here. And Gandy doesn't need shortcuts to win a match, as you well know, franchise player, that he is one of the most capable wrestlers, grapplers, that the PWA has on its roster to boast on the marquee for its events.
Aaron, I need you to do me a favor. I know Christmas is over, and we already exchanged gifts, but next year, can you get me a book so I can understand some of these words that you're saying? Because I don't know what a cravat is, but that's a good old-fashioned side headlock, and I know what that is.
Cravat, a term typically used in the English style of wrestling, the catch-as-catch-can style, which Jason Andrews likes to employ.
I appreciate that.
Oh, Gandy able to avoid that.
Oh, Jason Andrews got caught standing.
Great back and forth here. Able to block the hip toss, turns it into one of his own.
Oh, up and over, came down with him, came down on top of him. A little bit of extra impact when he hits the mat.
Very quick pace in this match, looking for the gut wrench. Let's see if he can get the big man up. Gandy has Andrews outweighed by a good 20 pounds or more and a very low center of gravity.
You know, Gandy's just coming off being PWA champion. He was 9 months, I believe it was, he was PWA champion.
Uranage into the backbreaker, and that's part of the reason why he did it, that ruthless efficiency.
Well, and then he lost the championship to Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly, who's gone on to lose to the championship to Outlaw Tony James, my former tag team partner. So now Gary Gandy finds himself 2 or 3 spots removed from the title, and he really wants to get back on top. But Jason Andrews, I think he's going to try to put a stop to it today.
He's kind of starting from square one with his career in the PWA after a bit of a false start. He sort of, as we were saying, he partnered with Mastiff a few times. He tried to take shortcuts and find the easy way to fame and glory here in the PWA, and it wasn't so easy.
You can't trust that Mastiff. I loaned him my car one time.
I bet it ended up in Detroit.
Well, I didn't get it back from him, I'll tell you that right now.
But as you said, Gandy definitely looking to recapture that heavyweight championship. 2019 is going to be a pivotal year for him.
Well, speaking of championships, don't forget, we've still got the PWA Tag Team Championship coming up here on our main event, Vicious and Delicious. Which one's which?
Well, we'll let the experts sort that one out. But I have to say that the tag team division has been the most competitive, despite what you referenced earlier about how many times we've crowned a new champion in the heavyweight division here in 2018. The tag team division has been even more volatile, and to see a team like the Barrico Boys emerge like they have, I mean, they're on a roll like no other, and this could very well be their night to crown themselves champions as we wrap up 2018.
Oh, got his feet off, rolled him up. I thought he had him there for a second.
No, very clever counter there. Sweeps the leg.
He's taking it to him now. If he can keep this pace up, I think we could have a major upset.
I'm surprised Gandy
Mr. Andrews.
Well, I'm surprised Gandy hasn't made an effort to slow this down, try to take the match to the outside or get the unofficial timeout, use the referee's 10 count, but he's been going step for step, hold for hold with Andrews, looking for a butterfly suplex perhaps here. Double underhook.
You know, Andrews looks like he's a little lost and maybe wondering what he's got to do to put Gandy away. And you've got to be prepared. You've got to have the move set ready. You got to be ready to go and stay on top of him so you can take out a guy like Gary Gandy, a former heavyweight champion, former tag team champion, the king of the PWA.
You saw that Hitch and his get along there, if you will, looking to come off the ropes, maybe just sucking a little wind. As you mentioned, the pace that these men have been going has been breakneck, to say the least. Oh, that knife-edge chop just reverberates all throughout the arena here.
About 10 minutes into a match, that's nothing but bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to mention what it sounds like to Jason Andrews. Snapmare takes him all the way across the ring, one corner to the next. This is where we might be seeing that championship experience of Gandy kick in a little bit.
Just sitting on his back, he's got his neck draped across the rope.
Well, not only does he choke the man, but he gets to take a breather in the process.
Well, that's the veteran's advantage.
Absolutely. I mean, and like you said, as much as you know, we hate to compliment the likes of Gary Gandy. Sometimes you've just got to call a spade. But right now, Jason Andrews, had something in mind, but got caught with that judo throw.
Ronda Rousey called, and she thinks Gary Gandy is good.
Yeah, another variation there of a hip toss. Fireman's carry.
and the whole time he was yanking on that arm, just putting more pressure on there, and it's going to make it difficult to pick up for a slam or to throw a punch. And it's gonna make you, every time you go to throw one of those, you're gonna second guess yourself. Is this the one?
Yeah, very astute observation there, Mr. Pruitt, as the leverage point on all of those was that shoulder, and now he's put the armbar on.
Well, thank you, Aaron. It seems as if as far as the year goes on, we're getting along better and better.
It is the holiday season, but great minds do often think alike. Knee to the gut there. Absolutely doubles over Jason Andrews, rolled through, and comes back with the kick right to the bridge of the nose.
Man, everybody's got a game plan until they get kicked in the face.
Oh, it hauls off PK.
You know,
right between the shoulder
PWA,
blades.
They should look into. I don't even know if maybe that move shouldn't be banned. That is so dangerous. It can cause so much damage to the vertebrae and to the spinal column.
No, that's could be an instant career-ending injury.
And that's it. 1, 2.
Oh, not with that lackadaisical cover. Jason Andrews, as we said, he's found a bit of new inspiration, a lot more fire in the belly, if you will, and knows that the only way that you get opportunities in the PWA is with victories. Duck under, waist lock, looking for the backdrop driver. No bridge, all impact on that one, right down on the back of the neck.
Trying to make his way back up, though.
This has been a great back and forth match. Another underhook suplex there.
Hook the leg. Only got the 2 count, though.
Yeah, Jason Andrews letting it all hang out here.
The fans, they really haven't taken to Jason Andrews, though. I don't know if they really know what to think about him and this new attitude.
No, it does seem to be lost on some of the fans at this point. Got so used to seeing him be on the side of someone like Gary Gandy that he's going to have to win some of these fans over, but the way that he's wrestled this match will definitely go a long way. As you know, we have some of the most discerning and knowledgeable fans of wrestling, spelled W-R-E-S-T-L-I-N-G, here in the PWA, but that was just a kick to the mouth.
Stuck a size 11 right inside of his jaw.
Staggered him, slumped against the ropes is Andrews.
You know, I think Gary Gandy took offense. Jason Andrews chopped him in the corner, really taking his time and having fun with the fans. And I think it set Gary Gandy off.
Sometimes Gandy's temper has been his undoing in the past, but it's certainly motivating him here. European uppercut. Oh, what? Got caught. Not sure how much Gandy got if that looked like he connected with the knee to the lower back.
Yeah, it looks like the back. He landed back first, right on the edge of the knee.
I think more importantly, he was able to stop Andrews from doing whatever he had in mind there.
Picks him up for a suplex. Oh, what's he call that?
I don't know. Variation of roll of the dice out of the slingshot.
That's it.
Great victory. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Mr. 5-Star Gary Gandy.
Yeah, you're right. Great victory for Gary Gandy. Jason Andrews just couldn't quite measure up tonight.
No, but an impressive effort nonetheless. Going to have to go home with the short end of the money, but
when you've got to imagine this gets Gary Gandy a little bit closer. I don't know if Jason Andrews is going to put him in title contention, but it's got to get him closer.
We'll see what this does for Gary Gandy going into 2019, but for tonight, he's the winner. We'll be back after this. PWA fans, Aaron Hurd here with you. If you like what you are seeing on YouTube, then don't miss the opportunity to see the action live and in person. The first Saturday of every month at the PWA Arena, 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster. Premier Wrestling Alliance is in action, plus select dates in towns near you. Check out PWAOhio.com for tickets for not just the arena events, but all events. Arena events start at $5. And that's PWAOhio.com for all of your ticket information. This next match is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the Premier Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Championships.
Main event time.
Introducing first the challengers. Representing the island of Puerto Rico, please welcome Krypton, Jeremy Rodriguez, the Boricua Boys.
Fans of the PWA, or more importantly, if you're new to the PWA and you're just checking it out, well, good news for you, because you are going to see one of the most popular duos in the history of the Premier Wrestling Alliance. You've got Jeremy Rodriguez and Krypton, the Boricua Boys, and they are getting a shot at the Tag Team Championship here tonight in the main event on PWA Wrestling. And the fans cannot get enough of these two. Both of these men are just high flying, and they put it all on the line. There, that young man, he's gonna remember this moment forever. WAPA Club, Jeremy Rodriguez rocking the gear, and that's what they call themselves, the WAPA Nation. And those young ladies, they are having the time of their life. Krypton, he's not a very big guy, but size can be a little, it can throw you off, because Krypton is about as tough as they come. I'll tell you about somebody else who's as tough as they come. That's my friend Aaron Hurt. Go ahead, Aaron.
Their opponents weigh in tonight at 440 pounds combined. They are the reigning and defending PWA Tag Team Champions, LA Cordova and Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, the team of Vicious and Delicious.
Well, and then you've got the flip side of that coin. You go from high flying and aerodynamic and fan favorites to these guys. Now, while I like to have a little fun with them and pick fun at them, they are two of the best tag team wrestlers in the PWA, and that's evident by the fact that they are the PWA Tag Team Champions. This is a great opportunity for the Boricua Boys, though, to try to end 2018, go into 2019 as the brand new Tag Team Champions. Aaron Hurt, my money's on the Boricua Boys tonight.
I would honestly have to, if we were taking Vegas odds, I would have to put my money on the champs, as much as it pains me to admit. They always seem to find a way to come out with those belts no matter what the situation is going into the match, but this, as you said, could be their most stern test. It could the team that matches up best, if you are a fan of the challengers, that is, with our tag team champions here.
Well, they sure have got the fans behind them. Jeremy and Krypton, they are two of the most popular wrestlers in all of the PWA. I think in the history of the PWA, I don't know of two guys that get bigger crowd reactions.
And it was hard for me to hear myself over the reaction, both to the Boricua Boys and the Bronx cheer, if you will, that greeted Vicious and Delicious. PWA fans very vocal about this contest, and yeah, the Technicos in the form of the Boricua Boys have a couple of bona fide rudos on the other side of the ring to deal with. Although this is Australian rules, meaning that naturally you must tag your partner before you can make an exchange.
I was hoping you would explain that to me, because I got confused on Australia, but we're here in the PWA, but we've got some island boys here, and Krypton's going to start it off with Gorgeous Morgan. Oh my goodness. He looks like I saw an ostrich get hit by a car one time, and when it got up and it started staggering away, it looked like that.
I was going to say it looks like my aunt when she had a stroke, but
My mother-in-law got drunk one time and looked very similar.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to overlook the mind games that he's trying to play here.
See, that's the problem. These two are they're really good competitors. They're tough and they're
Yeah, no amount of psychology will defend a kick to the jaw.
Like I said earlier, everybody's got a game plan until they get kicked in the face.
Krypton might be the smallest in stature, but he could be the biggest in heart and desire in the PWA. Certainly tops the list in merchandise sales.
L.A. Cordova looks like he's going to give it a shot with, oh, no, not with Krypton. He's calling for Jeremy Rodriguez.
Let's not sell L.A. Cordova short either. He's grown by leaps and bounds as a pro wrestler in 2018.
No, when L.A. Cordova debuted at I believe it was the beginning of 2017, am I correct?
Yeah, I would say that.
Just a couple months into his career, he came an eyelash away from becoming the PWA United States champion, and that was against Tony James and Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly, and he was almost the man.
And that's practically a lifetime ago in terms of the career trajectory of this man now known as L.A. Cordova. The shift from then to now is dramatic to say the least, but it's taken him all the way to multiple reigns as a tag team champion.
Sportsmanship on behalf of Jeremy Rodriguez, that's kind of a lost. Oh! Wait a minute, let me take that back. He better turn
Cordova
around.
off guard, walks right into that overhand chop.
Never turn your back on your opponent, or that's what's going to happen each and every time.
Big drop kick. Already, the Barrico boys
hooks the leg,
making quick exchanges.
One
kick to the hamstrings.
Another drop kick sends him back to the corner. And if they can keep the ring cut off and they can keep him in their corner, what is this?
Tandem offense here, just launches Krypton.
Buckle bomb onto his opponent.
And follows up with the back elbow. Again, they switch. L.A. Cordova's been in the wrong part of town since the bell rang, or since he came into this match, I should say.
Well, I think being in the wrong part of town is how he met his partner, Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, but that's for another day. Krypton staying on top of him, keeping the pressure on him.
Trying to keep Cordova from inching back towards his corner. Drop toe hold. Sends him throat first down on that middle rope.
Got to be careful. He's really close to LA's corner, though.
Oh, but just walks straight up the back.
Splashed him on the back. That was great. Morgan's going to fall into the ring if he's not careful. These guys, sometimes they let their hearts get the better. They fight with emotion instead of just pure science.
Yeah, but the sunset flip got a long 2 count. But yeah, we're seeing the Barrico boys play the mind games and the tag team psychology strategy better than the champions.
Using his partner as a weapon.
That's what separates these two, is their willingness to put their bodies on the line and to be creative and how they attack their opponents. There's no way to scout a maneuver like that when it comes out of nowhere. Even if you've seen it on film before, coming from the variety of angles that it does, there's just no way to anticipate it.
Referee might want to check that. Looks like he might have that under the chin. It might be slipping into a choke.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I'm sure.
Jawbreaker.
Yeah,
that jawbreaker, that's not an easy way out, because now you've got the man's jaw coming right into the top of your head, and that can, make you have a negative attitude for a while, too.
Although the top of the head, I would say, would be much less susceptible to the jarring that you would get.
Well, there you go. LA distracted referee. Jeremy gets choked by Morgan Taylor on the bottom rope. Now, see, this is what you've got to admire about Vicious and Delicious. Fast tags in the corner, in and out, keeping the fresh man constantly in.
And behind the referee's back, Krypton's exuberance working against him and his partner in that case. The tide has certainly turned.
Now, see, there you go. Grab him by the trunks, pull him back into the corner, make the tag.
Well, I think that the champions have realized that they're in for a fight if they want to hold on to those belts.
Well, you've got to tip your hat to them when it comes to that, because they are effectively cutting the ring off, keeping the fresh man in, constantly making tags, and it's getting Jeremy. It's keeping the confusion, and you're getting Krypton in the. Now see, there you go. Krypton's right back in. He's got to get outside.
I mean, he's desperate to help his partner. He's pleading with the referee, but it's not doing him a lick of good.
It's not doing anything for Jeremy either, who's being choked and double teamed.
No, except keeping him in range of the tag team champions and their rule-breaking tactics. Bringing him in the hard way with that draping DDT.
That is so dangerous, because a normal DDT is super dangerous. But now with your feet above your head, it just makes it that much more. You could break a neck.
Oh, absolutely. The impact from that height, it is.
There you go, another tag. Aaron, I'm not trying to become a fan of Vicious and Delicious, but you have to appreciate their strategy and its effectiveness.
100% true. I think that the biggest problem people have with these guys is the lack of respect they show for the titles, the lack of dignity, in their representation of PWA. That if they were to perhaps have as much character as they had wrestling ability, fans would be a lot more willing to support them.
Well, listen, you're not getting an argument out of me. I don't like them. But I do appreciate what they're doing there. And there you go. Morgan Taylor grabs the foot, drops him down, gives LA the opportunity to come up. Krypton's back in the ring. When is he going to learn? He's only harming his partner.
Well, I think that Jeremy Rodriguez is quite eager for him to figure that out at the moment, getting double teamed.
Now, I understand why he's in there, and I can appreciate it, but it's not helping. And if you are going to fight Vicious and Delicious, you've got to beat them at their own game.
Oh, look at that. Forcing Rodriguez head down into the mat as he applies the cover.
Well, at this point, I think it's just a matter of time before Jeremy succumbs to Vicious and Delicious, and they can get the pinfall on him.
In dire straits at the moment.
I think I'm changing my opinion. I think I'm joining you. I think it might be the tag team champions.
Like I said, as much as I hate to compliment these guys or give them the benefit of the doubt, the results speak for themselves.
Right back on the rope. The referee has the power to at some point just disqualify them if they keep doing it time and time again.
The thing is, that's the so-called champion's advantage. They still walk out with those belts in that situation.
Unfortunately. Oh, clothesline in the corner.
Maximum impact on that. Krypton has been on the outside of the ring for what seems like ages.
Now, if somehow, by hook or by crook, if Jeremy can get the tag, get Krypton in there, Vicious and Delicious might be in a world of trouble.
Indeed so. The shift in momentum, the explosiveness he will have.
All he can do is just lay there and cover up.
Morgan Taylor stomping the proverbial mud hole and walking it dry there.
Look at Jeremy Rodriguez's eyes. Those are the eyes of a man who doesn't have much left in him.
We'll give him credit for surviving this long.
No, absolutely. Jeremy Rodriguez is a stud. You're not going to, if you beat Jeremy Rodriguez, you are going to have to beat him, because he's not just going to give up. He's not going to lay down. But Vicious and Delicious, they've cut the ring in half, and they've picked these two apart.
Well, let's remind the fans that in the first half of 2018, Rodriguez was part of the duo of Forte Rico with the man we saw open the program, Tommy Forte, the current U.S. champion, and arguably they were an even more balanced and effective team than the Barriqua boys.
What a difference 12 months make. Oh, he hit his partner. L.A. Cordova's on the floor.
Yeah, a little malfunction at the junction there. Could be just the opening that the challengers need.
He's trying to pull him back into their corner.
Oh, it's the Guri right to the back of the head, the external occipital.
This is their opportunity. Krypton up top.
Oh, Meteora knees to the chest.
Another drop kick.
A house of fire, like he got shot out of a cannon or something. Going back to those kicks to the hamstrings. Rolling soul butt there. Look at this. taking them both on.
Double DDT. Oh, no, they let him go.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the strength.
Vicious and Delicious now 2-on-1 on Krypton.
Jeremy Rodriguez yet to recover to the point that he can be of any use to his partner.
Up and over.
Oh, looking for the flapjack, but came double DDT.
He's got him 1, 2. That's it.
Oh, just that close.
Was that 2?
That was just
Or was that 3?
That was 2 9/10, and Krypton with the wherewithal to cover the legal man, Morgan Taylor.
I told you the Brinkley boys are going to win this match. I told you.
Well, that could be the Christmas miracle that the fans in the PWA have been asking
Frog
for.
splash. That's it. Count.
Oh,
What?
did the referee see that? The belt.
Hit him with the tag team belt in the back of the
Obviously,
head.
the referee not aware. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and still the PWA Tag Team Champions, LA Cordova and Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, Vicious and Delicious.
What a miscarriage of justice here in the PWA.
Took the words right out of my mouth. A sad note to end an otherwise great edition of the program on. We will be back to wrap things up here very shortly, but right now, fans,
I don't like leaving 2018 this way, Aaron.
nor do I, but it's the way things have gone for some time. By hook or by crook, Taylor and Cordova still the tag team champions. Well, fans, somewhat of a sour note to end things here in 2018, considering the way that our champions just won that particular match. I'd wager the only man who could be proud of a display like that would be my guest at this time, General Manager Nick Stevens. What are your thoughts on not only just what we saw in our main event, but for 2018 as a whole here from the PWA?
Aaron, let me tell you, I am extremely proud of how 2018 turned out for the Premier Wrestling Alliance. I'm extremely excited for 2019. And as for our tag team champions, I am so very glad that they are still our tag team champions. And Aaron, we've decided to keep you on for 2019, but at a reduced rate. Happy New Year.
Can't win them all, I suppose, but there you have the words of the general manager, Nick Stevens, to wrap us up here for the year 2018. But don't miss our big year-end top 10 countdown coming soon to this very channel. Stay tuned for that. Catch all of the great moments from the year that was perhaps the biggest year in the history of PWA. That's coming very soon. But for this episode and for 2018, time for me to sign off, but thank you for the hundreds and hundreds of viewers that we've had, the five-fold increase in subscribers we've seen throughout the course of the year to the YouTube channel. It's all thanks to you great fans out there. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time in 2019.